In this video, we're going to calculate federal income taxes. There are two methods. There's the wage bracket method, which is the easier one, and then the percentage method. So let's start with the wage bracket method, and I'm going to use an example on at the very top of page 91. It says, if a single employee is paid on a weekly basis and claims one federal withholding allowance and earns $312, how much tax do they need to withhold? So single person weekly, that's the table that we want to look at. They made $312. Oh, we can't even see that. We better change that. So let's say that the person made a single weekly and only made $127. We would look at this line right here between $125 and $130. So up at the top it says, and the wages are at least and then but less than. So at least is the first column and but less than is the second column. So if they made $130, that's not less than $130. So you could not use this 125 to 130 line. You'd have to go down to the at least 130 and less than 135. So we're saying 127 for this example. So if they made $127 with one withholding allowance, we're going to take this line over to the 1. We're going to withhold $1 from that person. That's all they're going to get out. If they made $130, go down and it's still only $1. $135, we're going to withhold $2. So let me go back to this example. They made $312. So I'm looking in my book here on page 90. $312. So I need to look at the line that says 310. For at least 310, but not more than, but less than 320, with one allowance is $20. So that's how much we're going to withhold. If that same employee earned 330, we'd go down to the 330 to 340 range, and we would withhold $23. Let's say that we had a person who made $500, and they have 4 withholding allowances. So we're going to go down to the 500 to 510. Go over to the 4 column. Looks like $15 gets withheld from them. So it's pretty easy to use this wage bracket method. Remember that in the back, starting on page 245, are the tables for weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, monthly. It also includes single or married people as well. So those are all of our tables that we're going to look at. The next method is the percentage method. And we're going to turn the page to page 92 so that we can see the full tables here. I have just partial little pictures of them here on my screen. And we have an example of a person. This one is a little bit harder to, oh no, I think yes I do. Good. So the example that's at the bottom of page 92, we have single employee is paid weekly, $1,077.90, and they have 1 withholding allowance. So we're going to look up 1 withholding allowance for a weekly individual is $77.90. So we'll subtract that withholding allowance of $77.90 from their total income. $1,077.90 minus $77.90 is $1,000. So then we need to find $1,000 in this table, and since they're single, we're going to go to the single side. And if I go back over here, the single side here, they made $1,000. So I need to look at the line 774, which is over 774, but not over 1,812. So that's read just a little bit differently. It looks like their tax is going to be $100.50 plus 25% of anything over 774. Let's go back and calculate that. So we have anything over 774. So I did that backwards. 1,812 minus 774 is 100. Let's see. Where is? Oh, here we go. 1,000. Excuse me. The taxable for federal income tax is 1,000. So 1,000 minus 774 is $226. Times 25% is $56.50. We're going to add that to the $100.50 for a total tax of $157. So let's just go through that one more time. Total income $1,077.90. Subtract out the withholding allowance, leaves $1,000 for taxable. So we're going to look at the line of 774 to 1,812 reads the tax is $100.50 plus 25% of the excess over $774. So we're going to subtract $774 from this $1,000 right here to get $226. Multiply that by 25% because that's the excess, which gives us tax of $26.50 that we add to the $100.50 to get $157. I think we should do another one. So let's go to case in point number 3-2, number 1 on the next page, page 93. We have Paul Rogers is single with one withholding allowance. He earned gross pay of $402.50, and he made a contribution, 401k contribution of 8%. So we're going to multiply that $402.50 times 8% to get $32.20. So $402.50 minus $32.20 gives him taxable pay of $370.30. So we're going to look at the single table, 370 to the 370 to 380 row, which we can look at page 90 or turn to the tables in the back. I'd like you to get in the habit of turning to those tables because you're going to have to use those for homework. So I'm turning to the weekly single on page 245. He made $370 and 30 cents, so $370 to $380. The $370 to $380 line, looking under one withholding allowance, is $29. So his tax will be $29. Isn't that simple? But the percentage method, we're going to do number 4 for the percentage method. So turn to page 94, number 4. Melissa Kubiak is married. Oh, that's not number 4, that's number 5. We have Bill Novak as number 4. He's married with 4 withholding allowances, earning gross pay. The wage bracket method, let's see what, he also has gross pay of $725, and he has flexible spending account contribution of 6%. And I wrote in here 401k. This is not the right thing here. Number 2, number 4. Okay, one of these days I'll get this right. It's Angela Dorsett. You could go through that example. I'm using the wage bracket method, but I wanted to use the percentage method here. So Angela Dorsett is single with 2 withholding allowances, earns gross pay of $883.75. For each period, he makes a dependent care flexible spending account contribution of 10%. So instead of 401k, we need to change this to flex spending. There we go, that's what's been confusing me here. So single with 2. So calculate his taxable pay. We have $883.75 minus his flexible spending, which was 10%, or $88.38. It leaves us $795.37. So that's what's taxable. Next, we need to subtract his withholding allowances since he's weekly, and he has 2 withholding allowances. We're $77.90 times 2. Looking back at that table on, if you're looking at the withholding tables in the back of the book, which I will find in just a second. Page 242 is where we saw weekly is $77.90 for 1 withholding allowance. Since he has 2, we multiply that by 2, so we're going to subtract $155.80 to get $639.57. So let's find the weekly tables for single. Single weekly is at the very top. It's table 1 on page 243. You can see here we have weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, and monthly. So the first one is weekly. He made $639.57. So we're going to look at the line that says over $224, but not over $774 is $18 plus 15% of anything over $224. So let's go ahead and subtract $224 from what he made. Gives us $415.57 and multiply that by 15%. That gives us $62.34. We'll add that to the $18 it told us about. Means his tax is going to be $80.34. So I recommend that you, I did number 4, so you should do anything that we didn't do. We didn't do number 2, we didn't do number 3, and we didn't do number 5. I highly recommend that you go through these examples and remember these examples when you're doing your homework because they will be very helpful. That's it for this video.